This is R.D. Sharma Solution Class 12, Chapter 14, Differentials, Errors and Approximation. Exercise is 14.1. Using differential, find the approximate value of log 4.04 basis e. It is given that these two values, so log 4 and log e base to the 10, the values are being provided. So how do we proceed it? We have to know the value of log for which we can get certain proper value. By saying that, I mean 4.04 x can be assumed as 4 and delta x can be taken as 0.04. So if you assumed x equals to 4, x plus delta x is 4.04. So this delta x is going to be equal to 4.04 minus 4, and that is going to be 0.04. Alright, so we have the value of x, we have the value of delta x, and the function is y equals log x. But remember, it is base e. So we have log base e. Now the function y at value 4, what will be the value? Because we have to find out the value of y at the value which we have assumed. So it will be log, if you want to remove e, then it has to be log. You can take any base. Here we are taking 10 base. 4 goes up, e goes down. Now these two values are already being provided to us. That means we have 0.6021 divided by 0.4343. So that is 1.386368. Now y is also known. Let us differentiate now. Y equals to log x. We have the value of y. We have the value of delta x. The differentiation of y equals log x is dy by dx is equal to log x is 1 by x. And we have to find out the value of dy by dx at x, which we have assumed, that is 4. So 1 by 4 it will be. Delta y is what? We know already. It has to be dy by dx into delta x, dx or delta x. Dy by dx is known to us now, 1 by 4. Delta x we have already known initially, 0.04. So when it cancels, it will be 0.01. This is delta y. But the whole value is not delta y, it's y plus delta y. So log 4.04, log base e 4.404 is nothing but y plus delta y. So you have to add these two. So 1.38638 plus 0.01, and that is 1.396368 y plus delta y. Using differential, find the approximate value of log. This I hope you will be able to do. We have just done a question like this. We have just completed a question like this, right? So this is also similar to this one, which we have already done. Now we have certain degree question here, so we'll attempt it. Find the approximate value of cos 61. It is given that sin 60 is this and 1 degree is this much radian. So we know value of cos 60. We know 60, 90. These values are known to us. We have been going through this all through this juncture, means previous classes also. So 1 degree is this much radian. Same thing we have to do, which the approach will remain same. The function is here cos. So y is equal to cos x. Please remember it is in degree. So x you can take as 60 degree. Actually it's given 61. X we will take as 60. So delta x will be what? 1 degree. That is the extra 2ab is 1 degree. So delta x is 61 minus 60. That is delta x is 1 degree. But in the question it's already given. It's 0.01745. So 1 degree is this much. Alright. Now for this 60 degree you have to find the value of y first, because we need to know the value of x which we have chosen. What is the value of corresponding y? So this is cos 60. So it is half, which is 0.5 in this case. Delta x is known now. Y is also known. So y is cos x. Let us differentiate it. dy by dx is cos x is minus sin x. Now this minus sin x, we have to find out the value at x equals to 60 degree. So minus sin 60 degree it will be. And sin 60 degree also is given in the question. It's minus 0.86603. So delta y will be dy by dx into delta x. dy by dx is known to us, minus 0.86603. And delta x is what? 0.01745. So when you multiply this, delta y is going to be negative 0.01511. So what is y plus delta y then? You just have to add this. Actually, don't have to add this. Subtract 0.5 minus 0.01511. It's 0.48489. Using differential, find the approximate value of sine 22 by 14. Now 22 by 14, you have to understand this. It's 22 by 7 divided by 2. This is pi. Pi is 22 by 7. We know it by pi. We know it by 22 by 7. We know it by 3.14. So it's basically sine pi by 2 value they are asking. So you don't have to find out the differential because there is no other thing. I'm just saying sine pi by 2 is known to us. There is no approximation involved. And you'll see in the answer. We'll do all the process. We'll follow the process. but you will see that sine of this will be 1. We know sine pi by 2 is 1. Anyways, when they are asking, let's do it. X is equal to, let us assume x as pi and it's 22 by 7 and delta x is, x plus delta x is 22 by 14. We have assumed x as pi. We have to do such certain things. So it's minus 22 by 7, 22 by 14 minus 22 by 7. So delta x is going to be 22 minus, this is going to be 44, minus 22 by 14 it will be. Now x is equal to pi, y is sine x, this is our function. So as we have assumed x as pi, we have to find out the value of y at this x. So y is equal to sine pi. And you know sine 180 degree is what? It's 0. It's already known to us. And then delta x will be what? Dx or delta x. So we have to find out the value of delta x. X is what? See, delta x, in order to find out, we have to find out the value of this. This value has to be put in sine. So in sine, you have to put this value, delta x. What is the value of sine at this delta x? So sine minus 22 by 14. And sine minus theta is minus sine theta. So essentially minus sine pi by 2 we are doing. And that is going to be equal to negative 1. Because sine 90, as I told you initially, it is 1. Negative 1 because my negative is there. Now let us differentiate. Y is sine x, dy by dx is cos x. Dy by dx, we have to find out it as at x equals to 22 by pi. That is 22 by 7. That is cos pi we have to find out. This is 22 by 7 is pi only. So it is negative 1. Cos pi is negative 1. Okay. Now delta y is equal to dy by dx into delta x. Dy by dx into delta x. So dy by dx is what? It's negative 1. Delta x is what? It's 1. Negative 1, negative 1. So negative 1, negative is positive 1. So y plus delta y is going to be equal to sine 1. Since I already told you 0 plus 1 is going to be coming as 1. So there is no approximation involved. It's just sine 22 by 14 is going to be equal to 1. So I started with that thing and I told you that sine pi by 2 is already known to us and that has come. But since this question is in this chapter and we have to follow certain procedure, we have followed the procedure and proved that it's actually 1. It's almost like this one, the previous one. So we'll do the step-by-step process. Cos is 11 pi by 36. Now the main thing will be what we are going to assume as x. That is the main thing. So there is a certain observation which we can take. We know the value of 60 degree, we know the value of 90 degree, cos, sine, cos, all this. But how about trying to say x as pi by 3. Now, you will ask the question, why you have taken it as pi by 3? What is the reason? I'll just tell you. First, let us do this. X plus delta x is 11 pi by 36. Delta x will be 11 pi by 36 minus pi by 3. And that is going to be equal to minus pi by 36. Okay. Because 11 by 36, I can assume it to be, say, 10 by 30. Okay. So it's coming nearer to pi by 3, for which the value is known to us. Okay. If it would have been, say, 12 by 62. So I would have taken pi by 6 as the approximation. I hope you got the idea. That is why pi by 3 is taken as the approximation, as the value which we know it, so that we can compute it later on. Now 11 pi by 36 minus pi by 3. This is going to be equal to negative 3 pi divided by 3 into 36. 3 gets cancelled. Minus pi by 36 it is. Now in order to find out the degree, just multiply it by 180 by pi. So pi gets cancelled. 36 5 is 180. So it's negative 5. So delta x is your negative 5 degree. Now x is pi by 3. What is the value of y at this value? So cos pi by 3. Cos pi by 3 is what? It is half. If you multiply it by 180 by pi, you will know it. It is 60 degree. So we have half, 0.5. Now in order to find out dx or delta x, this is going to be equal to, because you have to find out the value of 5 degree for sine. In the previous question, I told you that delta x, the value of delta x has to be put in this sign so that we get the value of delta x. So this is, so dy by dx, let us assume this first, dy by dx as cos x. Okay, y is cos x. And when we find out dy by dx, it is negative sine x. So minus sine x, so it's dy by dx, x equals to pi by 3. It's minus sine pi by 3. And minus sine pi by 3 is what? It's root 3 by 2. So it will be minus 0.86603. Now dy by dx is known. Delta x is, in order to find out delta y, it has to be dy by dx into delta x. Dy by dx is known to us. Now we need the dx or delta x value. So the corresponding change in x for the corresponding change in y, because delta x is now minus 5 degree. But what is the value of this minus 5 degree when you use the sine? So sine minus 5 degree has to be computed here. Alright. So it is going to be minus sine 5 degree. It's going to come as minus 0.08716. And this sine 5 degree is not known to us. I'm just saying the question has to give us this value. Since the question is not giving, I am telling you, but the question would have to have this value because sin phi is essentially going to come. So now let us put the value. We have minus 0.86603 multiplied by minus 0.08716, and that is going to be 0.075575. That is your delta y. But you have to add y with it. Y was already there. It was 0.5. So 0.5 plus this value is the final value. So which is going to come as, because cos 11 pi by 36 is, so let us add this 0.575575. Alright. Okay. 1 by 4, this we have already done this kind of question. Okay. To the power 1 by 3 also being taken. Just x has to be taken as 27 because it has a proper cube root. The process you already know. 66 again. 64 is the value which we are interested in. Here also under root 26. 25 you have to take it as x. The next process you know already. Under root 37 also you can do. It's simply 36 x has to be 36, and this is under root 0.48. 0.49 you have to take as x. Other things you know already. 82 to the power 1 by 4. You know 81. 81 has the fourth root. It's 3. 17 by 81 to the power 1 by 4. Now since we have skipped various questions just now, so let us do this one. So those who don't understand up till now, or they want to understand how to do all these questions we skipped, let us do this one. So this is y is equal to fx. The function is x to the power 1 by 4. That is our question. So what we are going to do, we'll take x certain way so that we get a fourth root. So 2 to the power 4 is 16. So we'll take 16 as this one, the numerator. And denominator also 3 to the power 4 is 81. 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, that is 81. So we can take this is 16 by 81 as x. So what is x plus delta x then? Means we have to find out delta x then. So 17 by 81 minus delta x has to be minus 16 by 81. So 17 minus 16 is 1 and denominator is same, so it is going to come as 1 by 81. So this is your delta x. Now what is the value of corresponding y? So we have assumed 16 by 81 as x, so y is equal to 16 by 18 to the power 1 by 4. It's going to be 2 to the power 4, 3 to the power 4, 1 by 4. 4 gets cancelled, you get 2 by 3. This is your y. Now delta x is what? Delta x or dx, this is going to be equal to 1 by 81. That we have already got. Delta x we know, value of y also we know at this x value. So dy by dx differentiation we are doing. 1 by 4 x to the power 1 by 4 minus 1. So 1 by 4, that is x to the power minus 3 by 4 will come in the numerator, 3 by 4 in the denominator. So it's x at x equals to 16 by 81 you have to find out. 1 by 4, we have 16 by 81 to the power 1 by 4 to the power 3. 16 by 81 we have just computed. It's 2 by 3. So there has to be a power cube for 2 by 3. So it's going to be 8 by 27. I'm saying 2 by 3 to the power 3 is, numerator is 2 to the power 3, that is 8. Denominator 3 to the power 3 is 27. So 1 by 4 and here you get 8 by 27. This goes up. 27. 32 comes in the denominator. So y at this x is 27 by 32. Now delta y is what? dy by dx into delta x. We have just computed dy by dx as 27 by 32. So 27 by 32 is dy by dx and dx is 1 by 81 as we have computed just now. So when you solve it, it is going to come as 1 by 96, and when you divide it properly, 1 by 96, it's going to be equal to 0.01042. So delta y is this value. 1 by 96 is simply in decimals, it will be 0.01042. That's delta y. We have to add y with it. Y is what? 1 by 81. Okay, this y plus delta y. So delta y is known to us, and y is what? 1 by 81. So when you divide this, y is 2 by 3. Sorry. It's 2 by 3. So it's 0.6771. Okay, this is 33 to the power 1 by 5. 32 is 2 to the power 5. So you can do it by yourself. This also under 36.6, that also can be done by you because we have done question like this. 25 to the power 1 by 3 under root 49.5, this also you can do. 3.968 to the power 3 by 2. Okay, this also you can do. Okay, it's quite easy, but let's do it for the sake of completion. Y is equal to fx x to the power 3 by 2. So we have to take certain x so that you get 3 by 2 power. That is, 3 is the power, but 1 by 2 is the root. So when you take x as 4 to the power 3 by 2 is what? 2 square, 2 gets cancelled, you get 2 to the power 3, that is 8. So for x equals to 4, x plus delta x is what? It's in actual question 3.968. So delta x is going to be 3.968 minus 4, that is minus 0.032. So y at this x to the power 3 by 2. So we have already computed that at 4 to the power 3 by 2, and that has come already as 8. So you have delta x, you have y. Now this function is y is x raised 3 by 2. dy by dx is 3 by 2 x to the power 3 by 2 minus 1. 3 by 2 x to the power, this is going to be equal to 1 by 2. So it's simply root x. Okay, x to the power 1 by 2 it is going to come. So 3 by 2 root x, and this has to be computed at value of x which we have assumed. X is 4. So 3 by 2 and root of 4 is 2. So it's going to come as 3. So delta y will be equal to dy by dx into delta x. dy by dx is 3, just computed. And delta x already taken 0.32. So just add these two. Actually, you have to multiply these two. 3 into minus 0.32, that is minus 0.096. That is delta y. Now you have to add this y plus delta y. Alright. You have y also. You have delta y also now. Just add these two. So that is, you have 8. Y was 8. We have already computed that. Y, it's plus delta y, but since delta y is in negative, so 8 minus 0.096 is 7.904. That's your final answer. Okay. This also question can be done by yourself. This also. Okay. This is a different kind of question that we are going to attempt in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.